Hey guys, welcome back to Dede's Mediterranean Kitchen. Today I'm going to be making Dede's very own Mediterranean Kefta Burger. Now, this is a new dish that is part of my Mediterranean-Americana new series of videos that I'm making. Now, I'm from the Mediterranean. I'm actually from America, but my family's from the Mediterranean, and I was born and raised in America. And what I'm doing is I'm fusing together Mediterranean dishes with American dishes and giving them a little bit of a kick. Now, let me know what you think about these videos. I'm sure you're going to like it because I've tested them all out and they taste amazing. Now, what we're going to need to start off to make these kefta burgers is 1 pound of ground beef. If you like lamb, you can use lamb. If you like to mix beef and lamb, you can mix beef and lamb. I like to get it where it's 15% fat and the rest beef. That way the burger is very moist and it's not too fatty. You're also going to need 1 cup of parsley, flat leaf parsley. It has way more flavor. 1 cup of chopped onions, yellow onions or white onions, either one. You're also going to need about a half teaspoon of 7 spices, some salt and pepper. That's for the burger. Now for the topping on the burger, you're going to need about a half cup of finely chopped flat leaf parsley, a half cup of chopped or sliced white onion. You're going to need a tablespoon of sumac and some salt. That's going to be the little bit of garnish for the hamburger. We're also going to make a special Mediterranean mayonnaise. It has tahini in it, it has lemon, garlic, mayonnaise, a little bit of paprika for a kick. It's great. I'm going to be making these burgers on the George Foreman grill because it's easier, and I like the George Foreman grill because all of the fat runs off into the dish and you're left with really great tasting burgers. Now, let's get started. You're going to need a food processor. And what we're going to start off with is we're going to add our parsley and our onions to the food processor so that they blend really well before we add the meat. So just put the parsley in, put the onion in, and then pulse it a couple times. Spatula, put it down the sides, and then give it another pulse. You really want the onions and the parsley to be fine. You don't want any large chunks in your burger. We are good. We're going to add our burger meat. Just like that. We're going to add our 7 spices, just like that, and 1 teaspoon of salt. And then pulse it until it's very well combined. Okay, so let's make sure our meat is well combined. Sometimes with food processors, you really have to push the food down and then give it another spin just to make sure everything's well combined. You don't want to end up with a big chunk of anything in the middle. Okay, let's take our meat out of the food processor and we're going to form our little burgers. Be careful not to cut your hand with the blade. Now, remove your rings because you don't want to get the meat stuck in your rings. So I'm going to move that to the side. And I have my George Foreman grill on. Just like, I'm going to move this up so you guys. Okay, so we have our George Foreman grill ready. Form little burgers. You don't want them too thick and you don't want them too thin. So just like that, about 3 inches in diameter, 3-4 inches in diameter. Just like that. And put it on the grill. You can hear it sizzle. These are great to serve if you have friends coming over, but you want something a little bit fancy but quick at the same time. These are great, and they're going to be so surprised. You're going to say, oh, I'm making burgers. You're going to think they're going to get regular burgers, and they're going to get nice specialty burgers. So just like that. See the size of the ball? And then just flatten it out with your hand. And you can actually smell the parsley and the onions. It's really great. Make a nice round shape and put it on the grill. Close it up and let it cook. I would say for about 7 to 8 minutes. And we're going to put together our parsley and onion topping. So we're putting together our sauce. I have about 3/4 cups of mayonnaise, just regular mayonnaise. To this, I'm going to add 1 clove of minced garlic. You don't want too much garlic because you don't want to overpower the taste of the burger. So mix that in. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. See, we're infusing the Mediterranean flavors, lemon, garlic, into the burgers. Give that a little bit of a stir. And then we're going to add our tahini. And that's the secret ingredient. That's the Mediterranean flavor that's going to come through, and people are going to be like, wow, this tastes familiar. We add about 2 tablespoons of tahini to this. There's 1, 2. Make sure you get it all in there. And then mix it up. Let me move this out of the way. There's so many ingredients going on here. So mix that up. And tahini will also thicken it. So see, you have a nice flavorful mayonnaise. Now, I like to add a little bit of paprika for color and for taste. If you don't like paprika and you don't like anything spicy, you don't have to add it. Just a little bit. I would say maybe a 1/4 teaspoon. Just like that. Mix it up. And then put it to the side. And we're going to add it to top our burgers. Let's check on our burgers real quick. Look at that. Look at the color on the burgers. They look and smell great. Let's put together our onion and parsley topping. Put the parsley in a plate. And then we have our onions. See, they're just finely sliced onions. We're going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And we're going to add a tablespoon of sumac. Just like that. Give it a nice mix. These flavors, Mediterranean flavors, are very strong and bold. So your friends are going to be impressed. You're going to be impressed with the way these all come together. So just like that. See, look at these colors. Look how nice that looks. We have our mayonnaise here. I'm going to wait for our burgers, and then we're going to put it together. So I have my nice little plate all put together. I have some sesame seed buns that I just toasted. If you don't like to toast your buns, you don't have to, but I like them a little bit toasted. So get our mayonnaise mix, give it a little final mix, and then put it on the bottom and the top bun. You want this to be very flavorful. Calories, don't worry about calories, it's okay. Make this on a Sunday, that'll be your free day. But all in all, Mediterranean food is very healthy. The onions, the garlic, it's very, very, very good for you. So just like that. I like to add a little bit of black pepper. Just like that. Let's get our burgers out. They smell great. Put the burger there. I'm making 2. One for me, one for my husband. I'll get the big one. Put some of your onion and parsley topping on top just like that. Top your burger at the top. I like to serve it with some cabis and some tomatoes. They are great, very colorful, and they add a lot of flavor. There you go. Those are your Mediterranean Kefta burgers. Try it out. It's a great variation to regular all-American hamburgers. Get this recipe and all of my other recipes at my website at www.DedeMed.com. Email me, leave comments, tell me what you think, and join me again for Dede's Mediterranean Kitchen.